In this video, you will learn how you can create this shopping app UI with this cool hero animation where you click on any item and the image opens up with a hero animation. So yeah, stay tuned and let's get started. Okay, so we have our basic application up and running, and now we can start with some quick cleanup here because definitely we don't require all these code. Okay, so I guess we are pretty much done with the cleanup here. And now what we can do is we can start creating few folders for us. So I start with src. Inside of src I create a new folder, call it views, because this is where all our UI will go. Inside of views we can have another folder and call it widgets, because we like to have few of our widgets, for example our product card. Okay, now let us go inside of our views and create a new file, call it home.dart, so that we can start building our home page. And we can go with a stateless widgets. Let's just say stles, and we get this suggestion saying us flutter stateless widget. And then we can call it home view. Let's call it home view for now. All right, and let's return a scaffold from here. Okay, with an app bar, let's say app bar, and call it, okay, if we need to pass in a title, title can be of type text. Let's call it card bucket because that's what the app is. Okay, and let's go back to our main and mark a home property, and the home can be our home view. Okay, all right, so we get this basic simple app going on here. All right, so in the home view, first of all we would like to have an app bar. Okay, so let's quickly build the app bar first. Okay, we don't require this app bar property here because we are going to build it on our own. So we will just say body, and inside of body we are going to have a column, because column can have children stacked one below the other, right? So we can have a container. Okay, instead of a container, let's start with a row because that's what would make more sense. Instead of row we can have children's, and children can be a few icons. Okay, we'd require an icon button, so I'll say icon button. Okay, when it asks for the icon, we can pass in the icon by say icons dot menu. That works. And one more thing it requires is the on pressed. We can have an empty function there. Okay, so we are getting this hamburger right here, the menu icon, but there's a slight problem here as well. We cannot have it right here. So to solve this issue, we are going to wrap our column with a safe area widget. And we say safe area. Okay, that looks nice. And we can have some padding here as well. So let us wrap it with padding and mark it 20. All right, so we have some nice padding here. Okay, next we need another item. We need an icon button that says search, for search and for cart. So let us copy this icon button as it is, and let's paste them. Okay, so we can have a search here that says search, and then we can have a, what do we say, we can have a shopping cart. Is it cart, or I guess it's shopping cart? Shopping cart. Okay, there it is. All right, and we can have space between these two here. So to get space inside of a row between two items, we can directly insert a spacer, right? Okay, and then use this IntelliSense to mark const wherever it is required. All right, there you go. So we have this app bar constructed, and just to have little structured way of writing code, just to have impose some structure, we can go inside of our widget, create a new file, call it custom app bar dot dart, right? And can have this widget inside of this custom app bar file, and we can call it custom app bar, just like that. Okay, yeah, and then we can go back to our home, grab our this padding thing. Okay, let's grab the padding. come back to our custom app bar file and return the whole widget from here. Okay, and then we can also format our document. Good. Now to get this custom app bar in here, all we have to say custom app bar. All right, and then we can mark few things constant wherever it is required. Okay. All right, so what we have done is we have built a custom app bar in a different file, right? Let us now focus on rest of the UI. Next, what we have is a banner there. So to insert a banner inside this column itself, we can make use of a container, just like that. And inside of this container, okay, it gives some error. We can't have containers inside of constants, so let us remove it and mark this as constant. Okay, that solves the issue. So inside of this container we can have few things. We can have a decoration, right? Then we can say box decoration. Inside of box decoration we can have few things. We can have a border radius. Let's say border radius dot circular and mark it 20, just like that. Okay, and then do we need color? We don't need color, as in we require an image. That's going to be a constant image. You'll say decoration image. Does decoration image exist? Okay, we have decoration image. Inside of this image we are going to have a image builder, I believe. Okay, it's an image provider, so we need to have network image, and then we can paste in our URL. And guys, you can copy the URL from anywhere or whatever suits you. So I have a URL already with me. I'm going to use this one. Okay, so let's paste it right there. Let's save this. Okay, we don't see anything as of now. All right, let's restart this app. Something's weird. Okay, somehow it isn't visible, so let's say colors dot amber. Somehow this container isn't really visible, so let us try to give it some height. Let's say 200. Okay, we need to pass in some height, so for the height, instead of 200, let's make it 250. Okay, 250 looks fine. And just to have spacing from everywhere from all around, we can have some margin. We can say insert all and say 20. Okay, that works, and we can mark it constant as well. All right, then we need to have an items list below this, right? So inside of this container itself, we are going to have actually inside of this column itself, we are going to have a list view. Let's say list view. Okay, and we're going to have a list view dot builder. All right, let's give it some item count. Let's say 10. Let's say item builder. Item builder can be something like this, and we can return some text just to see how list view works. We can pass in, let's say, let's give it the index itself, just to see whether items are visible. Okay, let us see if something broke. Okay, something is broken, so let's do this. Let's wrap this with expanded. Okay, we can see our item somewhere sticking right here. Okay, so a list view can work inside of our column. Okay, and that's how we're going to do that. Fine. And before we proceed, one of the things that we can do is we can get this banner its own widget. So we can call it, we can create a new widget inside of our widgets folder. We can call it banner.dart, and let's say another stateless widget. Let's call it main banner. just like that. Okay, we can go back to our home. We can grab this container, we can remove it from here, and then we can return it from this widget like so. And of course we can format document. All right, and then we can return our banner from here. I guess it was main banner. Yeah. Okay, nice and clean. And we can also mark this constant as well. All right, next what we need is we need few uh, items for our list. All right, make our lives easier, we have got something called models. So inside of our src, we'll create a new folder and call it models. Okay, makes it inside of views. We just need to go to src. Okay, inside of here we'll create a new folder called models, right? Inside of models we'll create a new file and call it product.dart, just like that. Okay, and then we'll create a new class, call it product, right? And this product is going to have few properties. So product will have a title, so we'll say final string title. Then we can say final int price, it is going to have some price in it. And then we'd require a description. Okay, and what else do we need? We would need we might need an image, because definitely that item is going to have an image as well. And we need an ID, because we are going to have that cool animation thing going on, so we'd require an ID for that. And a rating can also be appreciated. Okay, so let's say rating is generally in form of doubles, right? We can't use integers there, so let us say double rating, right? And then we can use this bubble thing to generate our final fields. So we can say generate constructor. Okay, so this has built this constructor for us, nice and sweet. Okay, what else can we do? We can have another folder, not folder as in, but a file would work, and we can call it sample.dart, because this is where our sample data can live. You can say final products, and definitely you can get this source code from the description to get the list of these products. We are not going to waste time on building that. All right, so we already have our products in place. We can now save this file, and now we can even close this. Okay, we can close all our unwanted files. Let's now go to the home and build our item builder. So instead of this text, we would require something like a container, right? Let's start with a container first. We're going to have a margin here. We can say margin, and we can have let's stick to 10 for now. 10 works. Okay, I guess 10 would work. And then we can have few padding. Okay, insert stop. I'll make it 20. All right, that also works for us. Next, we can say we can have a decoration here. We can call border radius. Do we have border radius? Okay, it should be a box decoration first. Box decoration, and then we can have a border radius. Border radius, not all, make it 20. Yeah, just like that. Okay, it should be circular. So a few issues going on. Let's see. Alright, this is supposed to be border radius. Okay, that works. We don't see anything here yet. What else are we supposed to do? We are going to have a child property. Let's say child, and child is going to be a row, because definitely we like to have the image first. So we will say child and then we can have children. All right. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to have an image. So we will place an image here. We'll say image going to be of type network because we are getting the URL from the products. Okay. All right. Now I think we should make use of uh, our products list. So we can say products, and we can make sure it's coming from the src sample file. So say products dot length, and inside of this we can say products, and we can grab the particular index, and then we can say image. Okay. All right, let us save this. Okay, we can see something, but I guess it's pretty broken. Okay, let's fix this. Let's try to fix the height and width of the images first. So let's say height to be 100 and width to be 100 as well. Okay, let's form a document. But these corners can be rounded, and to achieve that what we'll do is we'll wrap this image.network with a clip rect. Okay, we can clip our rect. Okay, and then we can have border radius on this. Border radius dot circular. Let's stick to 10. Okay, that looks kind of neat. Okay. And little shadow on these cards can help us make it look, a little, kind of give us that elevated look, right? So let's give it some shadow there. Okay, we will go back to the box decoration. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Inside of this box decoration, we like to have some shadow. So we can say shadow. Okay, we get box shadow, and so inside of this we can say box shadow with some color can be gray would fit. Okay, let's stick to shade 300, right? And we can have a blur radius of 20. All right, that looks kind of weird because we don't have a color on our container. So instead of decoration we can specify a color, and let's stick to white as of now. Okay, that kind of looks nice. All right, what else do we need? Now we need the title of the product, title, description, so on and so forth, all those good things. So what we will do is we will go with a column now because it's one below the other. So it's the row. We have the image, and beside the image we'd like to have all the details. So we can have a column, right? And column can have children, and children will be having all the title and so on and so forth. So let's start with title. We need a text for that, and we are doing this product index. So to avoid that, one of the things that we can do is we can say final product equals products index. Okay, so that what we can do is we can, instead of calling products index here, we can simply say product.image, and that should work for us, right? Similarly, what we can do is we can say product.title. Yes, and that will also work for us. And we can have some styling in here. You can say style. We can have some style here, text style, and call it. And then we can have font size, let's say 20. Okay, that looks fine. Let's go with 18. Let's see. Okay, this looks better. All right, and we can also separate it using this sized box. Pass it some width. let's say 10. That looks nice. And then we can also add constant everywhere it's required. Okay, that's nice. Okay, and we see it's getting pretty huge. So once again, we can create a new widget for our product tile, and we can create a new file so that we can call it product tile. Like this, we can have a stateless widget and called it product tile. This can take in a product, and guys, that's the power of using models. So we can say product, right, and then say product, and also take it in the parameters over here. So we can say required this dot product, so that every time we are calling this widget, or we are creating this widget, we also make sure that we are passing a product, right? We can come back here and we can grab this whatever is before return. We can grab this container just like that, and we can return it instead of this placeholder. Okay, there we go. And we can also format this document real quick. All right, and from here we can return our product tile. Let's say product tile, yes, and we can pass in the product. Okay, nice and clean. So our home view is still below 40 lines. Okay, what else can we do is we can reduce one more line by removing this thing, and we can say products, pass in the index like so. And since this is just one line we are returning, so we can use the shorthand by saying this. Okay, that also reduces our code to 30 lines, right? Below 30 lines. All right, now we can go inside of this product tile and work separately in here. Let us now add the description as well. So to add description, definitely we can make use of this existing text, and instead of title we can say description. Will that work? Okay, that kind of works, but it also ruins the UI somewhat. We can limit the lines by say max lines. Stick to 2 as of now, but still no effect. Let us wrap column with flexible because we are inside of a row. So let us say flexible. Okay, that kind of fixed the issue, and this should be in the start, right? So we can go back to the column. We can say cross-axis alignment. We can call it cross-axis alignment dot start. That's nice and sweet. And then we can also reduce the size of the description, make it 16. All right, that looks nice. What else do we need? We would require product price as well, and we would need some spacing in between these two. So we can use sized box again. Sized box, and give it a height of 10, like so. And then what we can do is we would need somewhere to put in our price as well. So let's again grab this text from here, paste it right here, and we would need the price here. Can we say price? Okay, it's integer type, so we can use some string interpolation here. Can do that. Okay, that won't work. Okay, we don't know it is 399. What we need to add a currency as well. So to add a dollar sign, dollars is used for the string interpolation, so we need to add a slash over here. Okay, not right there, maybe right here. Okay, and that's how you add the dollar sign there. This should work. And once again we can have this, use the sized box to have similar spacing right here. Maybe the description can be a little more smaller because Let's go with 14, right? Okay, that looks much better. Okay, next issue we need to solve is that whenever we scroll this, the whole page must scroll. The special offer banner should also scroll along with this list, right? To achieve that, uh, what we'll need to do is we'll have to go back to our home. Okay, to resolve this issue, what we'll have a list view inside of a list view, and we need to make sure we scroll through our main banner and our existing list view of the products, right? So what we'll do is we will wrap these two widgets inside of a column. Okay, not a column, we'll have another list view here, list view, and this time we are not going to use the builder, we are instead going to use the children, right? And again we see few issues here. Okay, maybe after this. Okay, and we can format the document as well. Okay, that is producing few errors. We can work our way along that as well. So let us quickly and see what do we have here. All right, so let's make this list view expanded, because definitely we're inside of a column. Okay, that doesn't solve the issue. Let's try to comment this out. Okay, we get that. If this is expanded, what do we see? This is no longer scrollable, I believe. Okay, this doesn't look happy, so let us try to say shrink wrap true. That doesn't work as well. Let's remove this expanded from here. Okay, so that solves the issue. And if we scroll this, okay, the second issue is when we are scrolling this list view, it does not scroll the whole UI, right? And if we scroll on the banner, it scrolls the whole UI. Okay, to resolve this, what we'll say, we're going to come here and say primary and make it false. Okay, so every time we scroll this list view, the whole UI starts scrolling, right? Okay, so finally we have constructed our home widget, our home view. Next we will focus on creating the product page. If you've made it till here in this video, why don't you subscribe to the channel and give us a like. Okay, let us now shift our gears towards building the product page itself so that we can view the product once we click on the shoe, right? So let's go to the SRC inside our views. We can create a new file, call it product view. Okay, yeah, let's call it product view dot. And here we can have a stateless widget, call it product view. And this can take in a product, so we can say final product, and we can also say required this dot product, so that every time whenever we are calling this view, we definitely pass a product. Okay, that's nice. And instead of returning this placeholder, we can return a scaffold, and then we can start building our UI. And just like our home view, we are going to wrap everything with a safe area, like so. Okay, and then we can have a child, and the child can have everything inside of a column. Okay, inside the app bar for our product view, we don't have so many components, so we can directly have the app bar here itself. So let's make it by using a row and having some children inside that row. We require two icon buttons, so we can say icon button, and definitely we can have an empty function so that it doesn't give us an error. You can say icon start, just need to have back arrow. Okay, arrow back works, and we can get some quick formatting just like that. And also we require a cart icon as well, so we can say shopping cart maybe. Okay, and then mark everything with constant wherever it is required. All right, so that's that, and now we need a way to navigate to this page, so we will come back to our product tile and we will wrap this with a gesture detector like so. And inside of this gesture detector we are going to have an on tap property, and on tap we are going to push this product view, so we are going to make use of the navigator of context dot push. Okay, inside of this field require material page route, and we need to pass in the builder, and then we can return our product view. Okay, and the product is automatically passed because we wrote the correct spelling. All right, that's that. So let's quickly save this and give it a quick restart. Okay, let's navigate to the page. All right, now we need spacing in between these two. So let's go back to the product view. In here we can achieve the spacing either by adding a spacer in here or using the main axis alignment dot space between property. That also works. Okay, there we go. And some padding would be sweet, so we can wrap this row with a padding. Okay, all right, that looks nice. And once we tap on this we are not going back. Why is it that? Because we need to say navigator dot pop context. All right, okay, now the back button also works. That's sweet. Next we need to add the product image right here, somewhere right here, and then the product title, description, so on and so forth. Right, so let's proceed with adding the product image. Since it's a network image, so we are going to say image dot network, and then we can get the URL by saying product dot image. Let's see. Okay, it needs some padding, and also the corners should be circular. So let's do this. Let's wrap this with a clip rect first. All right, and we can format the document. Okay, now we can say border radius. Mark it 20. Yeah, 20 looks fine. And then again we can wrap it with some padding. Can we make it 20? Okay, that fits in very well. Now below that we'd require the title, the rating, the description and all. So what we'll do is we'll come back here. We'll add the text and we can say product dot title like so. Okay, it's coming in the center. We can say right here. Okay, that brings it to the side, and then again this can be inside of its own padding, but we would have to do a lot of moving around things. So one of the quickest solution is wrapping this with a column. Okay, because there are multiple fields we are going to have here that should be requiring padding, so definitely we can wrap this whole container inside of its own padding. Give it some value, say 20, just like that. Okay, and then we can increase the size of this by overriding the text. So we can get some text style and pass in some font size. Let's see, let's go with 20. It looks a bit small, let's stick to 22. Okay, that's nice, that's neat. All right, what else do we need? We would need a field for the rating as well. So what we can do is we can just copy this text and we can say, instead of the product, we can say rating. Do we have rating? Yes, we have rating, but it's of type double. We're requesting interpolation there, so we're going to say it like that. Okay, and can be a little smaller. And then again we can wrap this with a row because we would need a star icon there, so that we can place an icon right here. Okay, and then we can add a const here as well, and add a const wherever it is needed. Okay, and inside this column again we can say cross axis alignment dot start. All right, next we would require a tag that says product information, so that we can, what can we do? We can copy this text and we can directly say product details or product info, just like that. And we can make it smaller, so let's make it 18. Let's make it 16, just like that. And once again we can copy this title. Yeah, copying it so many times it kind of looks unreal, kind of looks illegal. Okay, product dot description. Okay, we can reduce the size, make it 18. All right, and then we can limit it to max lines, something like that. All right, sweet. And now we can have some space right here. We can say size box. We can say height to be 10. 10 seems fine. And then again we can wrap it with, we can mark it const, just like that. Okay, now what we need is we need somewhere to show our price and a buy now button so that people can purchase our products. Okay, let's do this. So we have a padding here, and after this padding we can make those widgets. So we can say a row with children. It's going to have a text is going to have some string interpolation because price is in the form of integer, so we are going to say product dot price, just like that. Okay, something breaks. What can we do as of now? Let's do this. Let's make this smaller because we need to get it done anyway. Okay, and give it some style. Font size, make it 20. 20 is a bit smaller. Let's make 24. Okay, 24 seems nice. And previously, like we did, we need to have a dollar sign here, just like so. Okay, and once again we can wrap this with its own padding. Let's make it 20. Okay, it's still unhappy, so instead of this, what can we do? Can we say horizontal 20? Okay, that looks nice. And we can mark it with constant. what we need is a button beside this. So we can do that using material button. Okay, but it needs few properties. It's pretty empty. So we can say child can be text, can be, we can say buy now. Okay, color can be black. Okay, black might work, but let's try gray. Gray seems okay, and we can also give this some color. We can say style, text style, color be white. Let's go with white. And also we can make it bold, so I can say font weight. Do we have weight? Yes. If I write bold, okay, and we need some spacing between these two, so we are going to say row mean axis alignment dot space between, just like that. Okay, and what else can we do? We can make it, let's quickly add constants everywhere. You can reduce some elevation here. Let's make it 0 because yeah, flat button looks nice. Okay, now let's go back. Let's try to open some other shoe. Okay, all right, now there's one small little thing that we're going to do is we need to have that cool animation effect, and we're going to implement hero animation here. And to do that, what we'll do is we will quickly find out where our images are. So we have an image here, right here we have an image, and also we have an image on the product tile. So we need to wrap both the widgets with hero, but just the image specifically, because we want the image to be animated, right? Now let's quickly wrap this with a hero. So we'll say wrap with widget, we'll say hero, and every hero animation requires a tag, and it should be unique to it. So we can say tag can be the product ID, because product ID is obviously going to be unique all the time. So we have product ID like so. And similarly, we can go to the product view and wrap the image with the clip rect with a hero widget. So we are going to say hero, and similarly we're going to have the same tag here as well. So we can say product dot ID. Okay, let's quickly restart the app so that everything is working nice and sweet. Let us see. Okay, our hero animation is working. Let's try to open this one. All right. Okay, and that is how you create UI of a shopping app in Flutter. If you have watched it till here, do subscribe to the channel, do drop a like. This is Dart Bucket signing off.